In 79 AD, an entire city vanished in 18 hours. Buried so completely, it disappeared for 1,700 years. When archaeologists finally found it, something extraordinary came out. I am Pompeii. I was frozen in one terrible moment. And this is my story. I was once the most beautiful city in the Roman Empire, markets full of laughter, bakeries warm with fresh bread, children playing in cobblestone streets. 20,000 people called me home. Then, one afternoon in 79 AD, the mountain spoke. And I was frozen forever, not destroyed, frozen. Let me tell you what I was before the mountain took me. I was extraordinary, a city built on ancient volcanic rock. Ironic now, overlooking the blue bay of Naples, the Mediterranean sun warm on my marble columns every single morning. I had everything a Roman city could desire. A forum, the beating heart of my civic life, where merchants negotiated deals and politicians made promises. A 20,000-seat amphitheater, the oldest stone amphitheater in the Roman world, where crowds roared at gladiators fighting under the open sky. Bathhouses with heated floors, temples to Jupiter and Apollo, streets paved with enormous stones, grooved by the wheels of 10,000 carts. And food. My soil was the richest in all of Italy, fed by centuries of volcanic ash from the very mountain that would destroy me. Vineyards, orchards, bakeries on every corner. On an unremarkable autumn day in 79 AD, merchants haggled in the forum. Bakers slid loaves into stone ovens. Children played in the shade of colonnaded streets. Nobody suspected what was coming. Nobody. August 24th, 79 AD, early afternoon. At 1 p.m., Mount Vesuvius announced its awakening with a violent eruption. An enormous dark cloud shrouded the blue sky above the volcano. People stopped, looked up, were confused, not yet afraid. The column of volcanic pumice, hot gases and ash pushed upwards to 9 miles into the atmosphere, spreading across the skyline like black ink on blotting paper. Every second, 1.5 million tons of volcanic debris spewed into the atmosphere. Still, people did not fully understand. Some grabbed their most precious things, coins, jewelry, small statues of their gods. Some tied pillows to their heads to protect against the falling pumice. Some, 2,000 of my people, stayed. They hid in cellars, in stone structures, in bathhouses with thick walls, believing the worst was over, believing they were safe. They were wrong. For 18 hours, ash and pumice rained down on my streets. My roofs collapsed under the weight. My temples filled with gray silence. My forum, once alive with voices, became a graveyard of stone and ash. And then, in the early hours of August 25th, something far worse came. The volcanic column collapsed, and pyroclastic surges raced toward my streets at over 200 miles per hour, with temperatures exceeding 300 degrees Celsius. It was certain death in a fraction of a second for every living thing that remained in Pompeii. And then, nothing, just ash, just silence, just me. Buried under 19 feet of volcanic material, forgotten. For 1,700 years, I slept. The world above me changed completely. Empires rose and fell. Languages were born and died. The very coastline shifted. I was once by the sea. Now I am 700 meters inland. Nobody remembered me. Nobody looked for me. I lay beneath the earth, perfectly preserved. My streets still paved. My bread still in the ovens. My wine still in the jars. My paintings still bright on the walls. The volcanic burial preserved an extraordinary record of Roman daily life, from food and art to architecture and personal belongings. The ash that destroyed me also saved me. When archaeologists finally unearthed me in the 1700s, the world was astonished at the discovery of a sophisticated Greco-Roman city frozen in time. Not ruins, not rubble, a city, intact, waiting. But the most haunting discovery was not my buildings. It was my people. When the pyroclastic surge killed them, it happened so fast, their bodies left perfect voids in the hardening ash, hollow shapes, human shapes. In 1863, archaeologist Giuseppe Fiorelli had a brilliant and heartbreaking idea. He poured liquid plaster into those voids, and out came something extraordinary. People, frozen in their final moments, a mother curled around her child, a man covering his face with his hands, a family huddled together, never letting go. Around 2,000 people died at Pompeii, buried under 8 feet of material, or encased in layers of ash and pumice. They were not statues. They were real people, frozen in the last second of everything they knew. People come to visit me now, millions every year. They walk my streets, touch my walls, stand in my forum under the same sky, now peaceful, where ash once fell like snow. They look at the plaster shapes and grow quiet, because something in them recognizes what they are seeing, not ancient Romans, people, just like them, who woke up one ordinary morning and never expected it to be their last. I am not a warning, I am not a tragedy, I am a reminder that ordinary days are extraordinary, that the bread in the oven matters, that the child playing in the street matters, that everything you take for granted is everything. The mountain is still there, still active, still watching over me, and I am still here, my street still paved with the same stones Roman feet walked 2,000 years ago, my walls still standing, my story still being told. I am Pompeii. I was frozen in one terrible moment, but I have never stopped speaking. I have many more stories to tell. If you wish to listen, subscribe. Earth Speaks every week.